Hello, everyone. I'm about 10 seconds early, maybe. Okay. If everybody could give me a 5x5, I see so many awesome people in the chat tonight. So excited to see everybody, which I say every week, but I mean it. I'm really happy that all of you are here. I'm just gonna go up to the top. I know y'all have been chatting for a few minutes. Uncle Al's in the house, and John H. Carrie Newsom, good to see you. Sassy Gal Prepping up in the house. Lori's Thrifty Kitchen Pantry. Sue George is here. Hi, Sue. Who else we got here? Carrie. We got Nancy. Hi, Nancy. Nancy K. We got Sven. Hi, Sven. Sven is from Norway. And just doing some shout outs here for the first couple minutes. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and skip. Pink Southern Girl is here. Yarn Prepper, my mighty mod. A lot of my mighty mods are in here tonight. If you hear any noise in the background, that is Mr. B and Tater playing ball. Hi, Tony and Ginny. Good to see you in the chat tonight. And I saw Sarah B here too. Northern Karma is here. Hi, Rhonda. Rhonda Allen's in the house. Michael O'Brien, welcome. Super glad that you're in the chat tonight. Michael has some of the most awesome comments. Sarah B is here. USMC. Hi, how are you tonight? Tita's here. Lynn Stalker's here. Seabass is here. Oh my goodness, all the cool kids are up in the chat. Who's your prepping nurse? Hey, Sally. Seabass is here. Cold War Prepper. Hey, Lee, how's it going? The Banks Homestead, thank you for the awesome email. I got your email, the Banks Homestead. Very excited to read that email. Thank you so much. That was very kind. Marie Claire Vignon. I hope I said that correctly. Brenda Hunt. The Happy Hickman Homestead. Welcome to the chat. Proud Mom is here. Seabass is here. John H is here. Texas Jan is here. Tater's here. Tater wore a tie just for the occasion. He's got a little bow tie on tonight. He wanted it to be a formal occasion. He's ready to play ball tonight. He don't want to be up in here. Snow Gardner, hey Maureen. Marlene, how are you tonight? Marlene's in the house. Mama G's Prep and Garden. Rebecca Bullock Jarrett, how are you? Michelle Moon, good to see you. Pauline is here. And R. Jarrett 001, Rita Hunter, Pauline, Megan Donahue, how are you? Andrea's up in the house. Florida Glitz, hello neighbor. Let's see. Hopefully I got it all. If I didn't call out your channel, make sure that you put another comment like, hey, I want a shout out, and I will give you one. Yeah, Tater, he is all full of it tonight. He had a nap about an hour ago, which he's totally off his schedule. So, yeah. He's doing so good playing fetch, and he can shake a paw, and he can sit. He walks really well on a leash now, so he's doing great. So let's get right into it. It's like 3 or 5 past 8, so let's go. Tonight, we're going to talk about food shortages and how we are going to get ready. We're going to talk about that until about 8:30, and then we're going to do Win of the Week, which is my favorite part of the whole thing of being a YouTuber is Win of the Week. So we'll start those at 8:30, and I have some shout outs to do. Oh, you had to cut game night short tonight, Mama? Okay, so talking about food shortages, if you want to go up in the chat in all caps and let me know what your thoughts are about food shortages. We did a survey on Survey Tuesday, which was awesome, you guys. And we had quite a lot of votes. So let's just grab those really quickly. Okay, so Survey Tuesday. Food shortages, how bad do you think it will be? 1% voted what food shortages. 30% voted something short but not bad. 53% voted government rationing and food control, and 16% voted biblical famine out of 554 votes. Honestly, my thoughts are number C, our letter C. Government rationing and control of food. I think that as we go into 2023, that's going to be quite a thing as far as government rationing and food control. We already saw soft rationing in my last video in Aldi with the limits coming back. And I have a feeling that that will increase as we get through the midterms and after Christmas. I have a feeling that between the midterms and Christmas, they're going to try to keep the stores looking full and looking good. And then that cold, dark winter that they were talking about last winter, I think is actually going to be this coming winter and possibly the winter of 2023, 2024. There's going to be more, in my opinion, I'm not an expert, but there's going to be more government rationing and control of food. So I voted for C as well. And over on Instagram, I got some really awesome comments. So if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, if you want to come over, I post a little more controversial content over there. So Survey Tuesday, we had a lot of the people over there responding that they were picking a letter C as well, the government control and rationing. So if any of the mods want to share other channels links, you're more than welcome to do that because I'm always supportive of other people's channels and I love watching all you guys. The Organized Pineapple is here. Hello, my dear. Mama G says 18 count of eggs is $5.46. Yikes. Okay, and Nancy K says not bad, can't find some things. I think the cost will be the bigger problem. Absolutely. So that's going to be one part of the control of food is the pricing. So when they don't want you to those guys, when they don't want you to eat meat anymore, they will make it unattainable in price. So people will not be able to afford it. Megan Donahue says, I can see rationing. My guess is that the government has been stocking up. I agree with that. And I also, my own like tinfoil hat, if we're going to, put that on, is that the government had stocked up and that they're resupplying at this point. And that's why we're getting all these dented cans with old expiration dates is that they're purging their own stores and giving it to us so that they can replenish with newer food. So that's just my own little, conspiracy theory. We'll see. The difference between a conspiracy theory and the truth nowadays is about 3 months. So we'll see. Seabass says, I got a free carton of 18 eggs from Kroger from coupons they send every 2 weeks. That's a great way to stock up. Oh, Lori says she still hasn't figured out Instagram. Oh, no. Anna's Florida-based in the house. Hey, Florida-based. Always looking forward to your comments. You have some of the best comments. Sue George went to Walmart today and some areas looked anemic. Baking area especially. Yeah, people, if you want to do holiday baking or anything like that, make sure you're stocking up now because sugar, butter, flour, those kind of things are going to be on shortage more and more as the months go past. Shopping today. Oh, and Denellen. Hey, Pauline, I didn't know you were from Denellen. I'm going to have to remember that. You're my neighbor. Yeah, more sassy on Instagram. Absolutely. You can get away with a little more over on Instagram. It's Peterbilt Truck Spotting. Hi, Billy. Billy's up in the chat. Billy has his own channel, and Billy, are you 13? I think Billy is 13. He's a great kid. Let's see. Rebecca says, my stores today was significantly decreased in the baking area. I guess it's due to wheat issues. I would guess that as well. 100%. I would guess that as well. Let's see. Here in Quebec, 12 eggs are $5. Holy smoke. That's some big money. YouTube's all you do. Yeah, I know. I actually had Instagram before I had YouTube because my sons were over on Instagram, so that was why I was over there. Okay, Florida Glitz. I traveled out to every dollar store for shelf-stable milk. 26 total, gathered 26 only. Shocking, and was told truck issues. They can't guarantee it would be on a truck if it, yeah. Absolutely. So my local Dollar Tree, the lady said they get what they get. They don't even put in orders anymore. They just get what they get. They're not allowed to specify anything that they want. So they may get, 4 boxes of Mike and Ike's, and they already have Mike and Ike's, so they just get what they get. Yeah. Okay. So Sue George says, I don't buy eggs, but chicken feed has really gone up. Mr. B and I got chicken feed before the hurricane, and it was $75. That's a lot of eggs for $75. Rebecca Jarrett says, our Walmart was looking bad. Butter, $4.50 a pound. And they were all out of 1 pound packs of salted butter, only had 1 pack of unsalted. Holy smokes. I have a feeling, like I said, that those items, as far as the baking items, are going to be out of stock. Eggs were MIA again at the only grocery store in my town. Marlene, I saw your video where there was no eggs, and that was pretty crazy. The Happy Hickman Homestead says, we're growing our own meat. What are you guys growing? That's awesome. Can your meat. Absolutely. You guys know that I've been focused on canning proteins for the last few months. I'm kind of taking off October to kind of reassess what all I need and what I don't. Oh, Nancy K, water glass eggs last week, 3 dozen. Here there's going to be shortages on butter too. Yeah, as they're culling all of the cows in the herds and all of those things, that means that the cows that they have either aren't getting pregnant and calving so that they can do dairy, so they can do the butter. But a lot of farmers are culling cows that have been pregnant in the past and are proven breeders because they can't afford to feed them. I tried the egg replacement powder, better than nothing, but not a fan. Yeah, so over on my other channel, and that's actually one of my tips for the getting ready for preparing for food shortages, is to try those egg replacers. And I've been trying them over on my other channel, the Big's Homestead Kitchen. If you want to run over there and go check that out, because I've been trying them and seeing how they work, because I don't want you to have to do a fail. Heather Nicole, welcome to the chat. And Nene's Prepping Kitchen up in the house. Okay, Pauline says, Winn-Dixie had good beef prices, Publix had BOGOs, and Walmart had some empty frozen food. Yeah, that's pretty much how it's been. A lot of the frozen foods are just non-existent anymore. Tita says, barley is very hard to find. That's an interesting thing to be short on, isn't it? Honestly, I haven't been to the grocery store since 2020. As soon as delivery started, I never went back. Yeah, I know. My friends all get delivery and they don't go into the store, but I can't help it. Oh, Billy said that he is 12. So Peterbilt truck spotting. Billy is 12 years old and he works at our local feed store with his grandma and his dad. And he's an awesome kid and he's got his own channel. Okay. So I'm going to read you some of the research that I did on how we can take control of these food shortages and get ready. So number one, we're going to identify what food shortages affect your area the most. So we had a big hurricane. A lot of places are having droughts or floods. The USDA website has a place where you can check in your area which foods are going to be on shortage affecting you in your area. And the USDA website recommends everybody have a 3-day supply of food in their house. And if you're new to prepping, 3 days is a great way to start. I know a lot of people up in the chat here have way more than 3 days, but if you're new to prepping and you're just kind of getting on board with all this stuff, 3 days is the perfect place to start. Another thing is don't panic buy. That leads to waste. Buy what you eat and eat what you buy. And if you're buying 20 boxes of rice and they expire in January 2023, you're not going to eat 20 boxes of rice in the next 8 weeks. Not expire. Best buy. I have the worst habit of that. The best buy date. So we're gonna stock up slowly. We're gonna eat one and buy two, and then next time we go to the store, we're gonna eat one and buy two. So eventually, we get a little stockpile. And Sassy Gal has a awesome video on a $5 prepper pantry stock up from Dollar Tree, and I'm really hoping she does a collab with that, because I think it would be awesome to do a month worth of $5 of stocking up, and then at the end you have like a really good solid start to a prepper pantry. Let's go back to the chat and I'll read some more here in just a minute. Tony says milk is almost $5 a gallon and butter is $4.95. That's crazy. When you make $15 an hour and then you take your taxes out, you probably have $10. So you have to work 30 minutes for a pound of butter. That's how I do most of my time is if I make $15 an hour, let's say I do, and I get, I take my taxes out, my Medicare, my whatever, all of my deductions, and then I go to the store and butter is literally worth 30 minutes of my workday for 1 pound of butter. That's a little crazy. All right. Florida Glitz. So-called, I can butter. Yeah, there you go. She can butter a while back, and that is good. Yarn Prepper says, my Dollar Tree has really nice boxes of kitchen gloves, so I use it for meats and dehydrating. Hey, that's a great tip. I'll have to check that out. Thanks, Uncle Al, for remembering to ask people to press the like button. YouTube loves the like button. YouTube has also demonetized my channel today, which I know a lot of preppers and a lot of different channels are reaching out and saying, hey, YouTube has demonetized their whole platform. I think that their bots are probably crawling through people's videos to find mentions of, bear country or dragon country or, something that doesn't fit the narrative. And then they'll probably turn the monetization back on. So just know that most of the channels that you're watching right now have been demonetized for now. Let's see. Ashley, I got to get my bifocals. Ashley, in the Southern Ute Reservation, we have mountain passes to every area. Milk, $5. Eggs, $7. Creamer, and $5.50 a pound for hamburger. No, hamburger, $9. Wow, my goodness. Family Dollar and Dollar General are wiped out. Thank you for sharing your prices, Ashley. If you ever want to send me an email with some pictures of your stores, I would love to have that. If somebody could drop my email for Ashley, that would be amazing. Let's see. Dollar General has 0 Clover Valley products. I haven't been to Dollar General in the last few weeks. Basically, I've been using all my disposable income to send packages to my son in the platoon. But I have an itchy nose tonight because I ate dairy yesterday. Let's just be real. I went to a pumpkin patch and I ate a lot of dairy. I ate an ice cream, and that always makes my face itch and also makes my voice really rough. Titan Preparedness. Hi, I'm really glad to see you in the chat. Need to find a cheaper option or chicken feed. Anyone have garden-based ideas for chicks? I bought a giant bag of flaxseed from my feed store, and I am going to plant that in my lawn. And hopefully we get flax seeds, something for the chickens to eat. And I've spread it all through the chicken pen, hoping that we get some tender shoots that they can eat and pop up. Also planted a row of it in my garden just to kind of find out what it does and how it grows and what I can get from it. Because chickens love flaxseed. It's very good for them. So really, I'm just trying that out as a thing. Let's see. I'm just running down through the chat. Canada, a regular pound of butter is $8. Holy bananas. That's just crazy. Okay. Happy Higman Homestead. We have chickens, rabbits, pigs, and a steer every couple of years. Mr. B and I did a pig a few years, and it was definitely a learning experience. We had a great time with the pig, and then the pig went to freezer camp. So, Andrea, harvest update from here in monocrop farmland. I think that's Minnesota. Soybean harvest amounts are average to slightly above average. These are for feed and exported to China. Thank you so much for the harvest report, Andrea. That is awesome. Okay, so Billy, I call everybody who is in Florida my neighbor. That's just, everybody is my neighbor. That's just a nice way to address somebody who lives close. Okay, Mama G wants to know, has anyone dehydrated eggs? I have never personally dehydrated eggs, but there are some great videos. I think Linda's Prepper Kitchen has a video on dehydrating eggs, and she loves that dehydrator. Girlfriend, she gets that thing out almost every week. Karen says, oh, you didn't miss much. You didn't miss much at all. We haven't started win of the week yet. Okay, I got to read some more of these. Otherwise, we're going to run out of time. Okay, so we're going to talk about garden pots. We're going to talk about community gardens, microgreens, balcony gardens. We're going to use landscaping as food. I know a lot of people say, oh, I live in an HOA and I can't have a garden or anything like that. But there are decorative edibles that you can 100% plant and get away with. Try to make sure that you're doing your perennials instead of your annuals, so they're coming back every year whether you do that or not. Try to get some native plants that may be also a decorative edible, so that there's less care that needs to be taken for them. I know I've babied those dang dandelions out there for a whole year. So they don't grow locally in Florida, regular like edible dandelions. We have some that are in the hawthorn family, but not a real dandelion like from up north. We're going to get to know our local master gardener. Master gardeners are always willing and really happy to share their knowledge with people who are wanting to learn how to garden. They're usually fantastic people who really are out in the community and want to help people garden. Number 5, we're going to get creative with our meals. We're going to use simple meals. We're going to use beans. We're going to stretch the meat, do depression recipes, which I've been trying a ton of depression recipes over on my other channel for you so that we can find some hits and some misses. We're cooking from scratch. We're using those no eggs recipes. And people in depression, they were very creative with their baking, especially. And I can see grandma not wanting to use her rationed butter or sugar to make something sweet for the family. So I've definitely been trying some really cool old depression recipes over on my other channel, and look for a video next week where I tried tomato soup cake. It's really funny because Mr. B came in and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, definitely not making a cake out of tomato soup. We're going to get more than just food. We're going to make sure that our skills are on point, barter. We're going to have preservation supplies like canners, like our lids and jars, all the good things, tools, seeds, fertilizer, pans, cast iron pans, pans to cook with. Those are all very, very important for upcoming food shortages, because if you find food and you don't have anything to cook it with, then that's going to be an issue. I mean, obviously, people talk about water all the time, water, 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 and that's important. I mean, I know people don't live by a stream or anything like that, but it's definitely something to keep in mind. The food preservation is going to be super important. You're going to want to make sure that you are getting all of your food captured either in your belly, every calorie in the belly or on the shelf or in the freezer, because it's going to be really important that we don't waste anything. I'm happy to see you. I'm happy to see you as well. Bought a few cans of powdered eggs before they went up to $108 on Amazon. Yeah, Mr. B said the other day, yeah, I'm just going to run onto Amazon and buy a few cans of powdered eggs. And I literally laughed. I was like, how are you going to do that? Dude, no, you're not. He was like, sure I am. And then he did not. Okay. I think Carrie Newsom said that she powdered eggs, or no, dehydrated eggs. People are water glassing eggs. This is awesome. Karen says stacking barley and wheat germ. Can't ever get it delivered. Bet it would be fun to work at the feed store. Billy does a great job at the feed store, and he's got some videos over on his channel of the store, and it's one of my favorite places to shop. Tired of gas going up. I know. And dog food was low at my local Walmart. I will say that we went to Walmart. I'm going there tomorrow, but we went there on Friday before hitting the pumpkin patch, and they had redone the entire dog food area and put it where the baby stuff is. And now the baby stuff is where the dog food was. Very strange, but there's a lot of strange stuff going on at Walmart, really. There's a lot of strange stuff going on in all the stores. Oh, Susan, I'm glad you were able to catch the live. I'm really glad that you're here. I love to, and welcome. I love to shout channels out. So if you have a win of the week, make sure you put that over onto the community page. How much food should people truly have? Is there an end goal? You know, Mr. B asks me that question all the time. And I just tell him I don't know. We started out with a week, and then we started out with 10 days, and then we went to a month, and then we went to 90 days. And now, you know, it's probably more than 6 months, but 6 months is kind of my rounded number. I probably do, if we stretch it, I probably do have more than 6 months of meat now. But we usually have a garden going year round because we're here in Florida. Let's just make sure. The fees is skipping. I don't know what that means, Karen. I'm sorry. All right. Carrie says, I have about 50 dozen dehydrated. Takes about 24 hours. Don't have a choice of temps with my dehydrator. There you go, Carrie. Thank you, Yarn Prepper, for reminding people that super chats are not necessary, but always appreciated. And I do use that money to send, I use all of my YouTube revenue to send packages to the boys over in Europe. And my son asked the nurse out that helped him. He had a huge spider bite and he ended up in the hospital. And he asked the nurse that patched him up out on a date. So he sent me a picture of them out on a date. Yeah, definitely. I want to, I would love to do the Friday 5 where you just take $5 and do a little prepping thing. I think that would be so, so funny. Billy, I'm going to bring you a jar of blackberry jam. Don't worry. I'll bring one. I don't know when, but I'll bring one. Tita, great question. At some point, it should transfer to stocking up to raising and growing your own. In my opinion, it takes time to get there. 2 to 6 months is a good idea. I think that is fantastic. Yeah, so a lot of channels got demonetized. The whole option of the little dollar sign is gone. The whole everything is just gone, which I think YouTube will fix it. I just think that it's some kind of a glitch or whatever. I saw several channels who mentioned that they had been demonetized as well. Nene got demonetized as well. Yeah, it's not just prepper channels, because I have somebody in my actual friend group who has a channel where he talks about computers and how to program them and do all kinds of tricks and stuff, and he's demonetized as well. No, they did not say why. They just said that it was all channels have been demonetized. Well, hey. It makes you really not want to post new content. I'll tell you that right now. Okay. Tita said, I used to always have a hurricane season and a winter up north. Some of these new channels have you feeling so behind. So listen, you're not behind. You're on your own schedule, and that is okay. And this is a great community to kind of be very open in, because it's very accepting of every prepper at every level. On my channel, there's no shame in the game. I still buy canned spaghetti sauce at Walmart or Aldi. I still buy canned fruits. I'm not perfect. And anyone who tells you that they are is probably lying or not telling the truth, or being like YouTube perfect, which no, we're not like that here. This is real life. We have dirty working kitchens and the whole everything. So you're not behind in any way, and I don't want you to feel that way. Sue says, my local grocery store has sales on boneless, skinless chicken breast for $2.99 a pound and beef for $3.99 a pound. That's great. You need to get some of that in some jars maybe, or get it in the freezer. Okay, Florida Glitz says, I actually broke down and bought Oxen Farms number 10 cans of powdered milk this week because I got worried about not having milk. Do have some on the shelf, but it's never enough. Oh, and you have a grandbaby. Oh, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad that you're stocking up for that baby, because they deserve somebody to, let's see. They deserve somebody to look after them. Let's see. I did see a super chat. There it is. Hey, Tony, thank you for the super chat. That sends half of a box to the boys. So the shipping to send stuff over is $20, and that will send half of it to them. And so I really thank you. Oh, I'm not demonetized? Okay. Let's see. Hello, child of God. Welcome to the chat. I don't know. I don't really know what, it's just hijinks really. And this platform tends to just kind of do a switcheroo every now and then, just to kind of keep you on your toes. I'm not really worried about it. I'm sure they'll turn it back on by morning. I'm not gonna get all crazy about it. Last year, the monetization, the button was still on, but they didn't update it for like 3 days and everyone was wigging out. But I was like, they'll fix it. Hoosier Prepping Nurse says, when I was researching elderberries, I read several studies that elderberries may help protect birds, including chickens, from the avian achoo. Because we don't want to say that word. Okay, let's see. Just kind of running down through. Megan Donahue canned 8 quarts of frozen meatballs. Found a video of someone doing the same, and now you have a huge stash. I love it. And you know what time it is? It's 8:30. So let's hear about the wins of the week. I'm so excited. Okay, my last tip about preparing for food shortages is to practice now. Plant your seeds now, make your meals now, and get your skills ready now. So if you need to learn how to bake bread, I saw Yarn Prepper over on Instagram baking bread in her bread machine, and it just warmed my heart. And so many of you have been out there doing all of the things to get ready and practicing those skills. I know this past week, not that it's food shortage related, but I had to drive Mr. B's Jeep to work, and it was the first time in over 15 years that I had driven a standard. I will tell you that my booty cheeks the next day let me know that I was not accustomed to a manual transmission because I was so sore. But I figured it was a wonderful prepping thing. And my son cut his finger deeply. He probably needed stitches. However, it's like 45 minutes to the nearest urgent care. And then it was also like an hour to the hospital. So we did a kitchen table surgery. I was medic mama for the day. So we've got him looking pretty good. It looks pretty good. But anyway, those were my wins of the week, was getting to check out the manual transmission and also doing the medic mom. Okay. So let's see. Lentils are awesome in stews and can be even used in meatloaf. That's a good tip. Megan says, I put potato slips and seeds in a secluded section of the local park. Stealth farming. Hey, I like that a lot. Tony tried spaghetti squash, and she thought it was pretty good. That's awesome. Florida-based signed up for Master Gardener a few years ago. Check out your IFAS extension. In Florida, it's hosted by UF and costs $150 for a 3-month course. So I totally looked into that, and right now I don't have the time to commit to it. But man, if I ever did, I'd be all in. Applesauce was used often back then, I think. Yeah, absolutely. Applesauce was used quite a bit during the Depression. Let's see. Oh yeah, Nene, that's a great tip. Being creative in cooking is a must. I love it. Yes, I do have another channel. It's called The Biggs Homestead Kitchen, and I do post over there less than I post on the Homestead channel, but I will have a video over there or over here. I don't really know where the tomato soup video is going to go yet. Okay. Let me just run down through the chat here. Let's see. Is it too late to plant in Lake County? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Most plants are 60 to 70 days to fruit, and it won't get cold here until probably February. So I think you're good. Uncle Al, we're going to do a Your Kitchen, Your Rules tonight. So, and every night, if it's your kitchen, it's your rules. And I do only do on the channel, I'll only do a video of a ball recipe or an approved recipe, like a jam or, a stew or whatever. But it's your kitchen, your rules. So people, if you want to dehydrate eggs and you think it's right for your family, go right ahead. I'm not going to do a video on that specific thing because it is not USDA approved, but it doesn't make any difference if you want to do it for your family. Everybody's going to have to stand up and do what they think is right for their family when all of the S hits the fan. And that's going to happen, in my opinion, in the next 2 years. So everybody's going to have to, do whatever they need to do for their family. That's right. Keep stocking until you can't. 100%. All right. Let me see if I got any wins of the week. Oh, there it is. Susan, win of the week. Canned 14 pints of Chow Chow relish today. So I'll be right over. And Chow Chow is awesome. I remember literally growing up on that when I lived in West Virginia. One of the first things I prepped was barley. Again, long-term storage. A must. Barley is a grain and it will go bad. Wine bottles are great for long-term storage, long neck, and little oxygen. Hey, that's a great tip, Nancy. Thank you so much. Make sure you put your wins of the week on in all caps if you can, please. All right. Just running down. Sally says, my Kroger has moved everything around and made the aisles wider, making me think they took out an aisle or two. That would not surprise me at all. Thank you, Tony, for letting me know that I'm not demonetized. It's literally just the little button is gone. Okay. Sue says, I have no end goal. I have lots of canned meat, somewhere between 3 and 4 years, and still canning it. Good for you. Super chat. Okay. And let's see. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for letting me know that. It's just a YouTube thing. It's not that they're out to get me or anything like that. It's just a glitch. Okay, Carrie says, my thoughts on how much to have is 1 year's worth of all type of food, but 2 years of survival food, rice, beans, and ingredients to make bread. That's a really good benchmark. Thank you so much, Carrie, for sharing that. Let's see. Yarn says, I stocked canned fruit dated 2024 and 2025. What would you do if no fresh fruit? If you saw my Aldi video, you saw that there was no fresh fruit. They had literally nothing, and what was there was nasty, just nasty. Garden is not doing so good. Yeah, Bends Over Acres, I totally agree. We had no zucchini this year and hardly no tomatoes. It was so crazy. We're really hoping that this fall garden takes off and that I don't have to buy, more stuff, more vegetables. Aldi has great spaghetti sauce. Recan that with my hamburger, so all I have to do is cook the pasta. That's a really great tip, Sue. Thank you so much for that. And Aldi's pasta sauce, Mr. B really likes it. Pink Southern Girl recuperating from having major surgery a week ago. My goodness. But as of today, dehydrator is full and up and running. Canning starts back tomorrow. All right. Okay. Sally, my win. The garage is clean and organized. I get my new windows last week of October, and I ordered them October of 2021. I'm glad that they're coming in, and I am happy that you got that garage cleaned out. That's getting your house in order, folks, and that is definitely a win of the week. Let's see. Seabass says, my win is 6 quarts of blackberry pie filling and 6 pints of the same. Wow. That sounds delicious. Delicious. I took, I showed this last week, but I took my blackberries and just made them into jam because I needed them out of the freezer. And, yeah, I needed them out of the freezer before the hurricane came. Sven says he got flour at half price. That is a win of the week. Oh, I see another one. There's Mama G. Win of the week. Just got in over 50 pounds of pintos and breaking them down into buckets. Well done. Not baking bread. Bought flour and yeast for the neighbor, and that's how I'll get bread. Barter, barter, barter. Hey, I like the way you think, Nancy. That's a really good way to do it. Uh-oh. Your home, is your business. First time canner here. 6 quarts of hamburger will be done in 10 minutes. Yay! That's so awesome. If you want to email me a picture of that, I would love to see it. If somebody could drop my email, I am stoked for you. Well done. Michelle Moon, newest win of the week. Hubby made 2 loaves of gluten-free bread and they came out amazing. Did you use my recipe? I posted a video on my other channel about gluten-free bread, and I made gluten-free bread last week, and it's one of the better recipes I've ever come across. And it came from a YouTuber who I'm actually friends with here on the platform. Oh my gosh, yeah, this stick thing, man, driving a stick was crazy. Okay, hi. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you made a live. I'm so excited that you're here and you're hanging out with everybody. Okay. Win of the week. I see another one. John H. Win of the week. Hi, Prepping by Faith. I'm glad you're here. We got about 20 pounds of peas, 50 pounds of Granny Smith apples for free. Wow. Oh my gosh. I would be making apple everything. Poor Mr. B. He would be on apple overload. Yeah, and for those of you who are just joining, I keep touching my face because I ate ice cream yesterday and I don't normally eat dairy, and I had ice cream at the pumpkin patch and it makes my face itch. Okay, Megan foraged a bunch of prickly pears off a cactus in a parking lot in St. Pete Beach. Well done. You got to take it where you can get it. I know one time we went to an estate sale at a really posh place in the Villages, and they had tons of pear trees. And Mr. B was just standing at the back of the Jeep like this as I ran over and filled my shirt with pears. I was like, I'm not wasting these. And then we came home and made pear butter, and it was so good. But nobody picked them, and I don't know why, because the pears were perfectly ripe, and they obviously had, some sort of squirrel deterrent or something, because the squirrels hadn't eaten them. I don't know, but it was the Villages. Okay, Tony says, my win is taking care of my friend's mom. She's cleaning out fabric, and guess where that's going? Hey, I love it. I love it. Okay. All right. I know. I'm so excited for you. Your home is your business. Way to go. Make sure you send me some pictures of that so that I can make a fuss. Ashley Pope, I got my first Azure Farm order and it is awesome. Okay. And add veggie powder to your rice water. That's a really good way to flavor it and also get some extra protein. Okay. The Happy Hickman Homestead win of the week. I'm currently canning 17 pints of pork with 10 pounds of chicken in the fridge to freeze and can. Hey, that is awesome. Okay. Thank you, Prepping by Faith. You are the sweetest. I loved your live last night. If you guys haven't checked out the live between Prepping by Sarge, he hosted, and Prepping by Faith was on there, man, it was a good one. It was a really good one. I enjoyed that so much. And I see another super chat, so I'm going to get to that as soon as I go down. Win of the week, Andrea, 6 pints of carrots, 9 pints of chicken canned today, 20 pints, 9 half pints of black and pinto beans soaking for tomorrow to can. My goodness, you are a busy lady. That makes my head spin. Some of you canners just knock my socks off with how awesome you're doing. All right. Is it Aphrodite? Just got my garlic from Johnny C's. They're huge. I got German music and German hearty. I live in upstate New York. Super excited. And now is the time when you plant your garlic, right? Like your tulips, you plant them in the fall. I don't know about that. Rose Red Homestead has a great video on dehydrating eggs. Thank you, Seabass, because that's important. If people want to learn how to do things, they can run over and get some advice from another YouTuber. Hey, Sarah, glad you made it. Yarn Prepper canned 6 pints of garden carrots. I can't wait to see how my carrots come out. I've got some going in the garden, and I am really happy to see how they go. USMC win of the week, sent some feathered friends to Camp Kenmore. I'm getting much more proficient with this project. Good. Process. That's awesome. Aphrodite made 28 half pints of mock strawberry and raspberry jam from my green tomatoes and canned them. They taste awesome. Now that's something definitely from even the Civil War or the Great Depression was using like mock strawberry or something like that. Okay. Win of the week for Ashley. I got 35 pounds of total of garbanzo and other beans, etc. Thank you. Okay. Oh, Mary Claude got 9 free celery. Gonna can them tomorrow. That is awesome. Oh, Prepping by Faith has the same glitch. Yeah, so a lot of channels do, and it's just a glitch. They'll fix it. I'm not worried. Win of the week, there's a new Publix open today. Billy likes Publix. Okay. Kathy D stocked up on butter at Kroger this week. It was on sale for $3.45 a pound. Land O'Lakes and in my freezer now. I would have stocked up too. That's a great price. Susan Peterson, win of the week. My husband and my son helped make the chow chow, teaching the next generation. That is awesome. And thank you so much, Yarn Prepper, for reminding people to comment when the replay posts. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And Mama G, there is some more for the troops. Thank you so much for your support of the troops. I really appreciate that. That now we have a whole box of to send over. And Florida based, there we go. 1776. Good number. The great number. Okay, Michelle Moon, we've been working on gluten-free bread for 2 years. I'm allergic to like 20 other things that we have to avoid. I know my gluten-free bread has eggs in it, and technically I'm allergic to eggs, but if I use our chicken eggs, it's not so bad. So I usually only eat like 1 slice a week. So my other channel name is The Biggs Homestead Kitchen, and Mr. B is on that channel a lot more than he's on this channel. He's such a cut up. Oh, the lard can. Okay, so this is an antique lard can that my mother-in-law gave me. It's from the 1950s. It's empty, and I do collect keys. So there's a key over here. There's keys everywhere, all over my whole house. If you watch my videos, I have keys everywhere, and we have keys on our arms. So let's see. Keys are very important to us. Mr. B, the first time he ever took me out on the boat, he dove down very romantically. He was snorkeling, and when he came up, he had a key in his hand, like an old skeleton key, and he said, "This is the key to my heart." And my poor little heart just skipped a little beat. So, so that's where the keys come from. Let's see. Win of the week, we got water test back and found out our Berkey is as good as they say. Hey, that is awesome. Not only is that a skill test, but that is a definite win of the week. Rita Hunter up next, win of the week. I went to a food giveaway and got 20 pounds of sugar and 4 10-pound bags of chicken breast. Wow. Wowzers. That is an awesome giveaway. Holy smoke. Okay. Let's go down. Yeah. So Yarn Prepper has been canning in her Instapot Max. So if anybody wants to message her over on Instagram, she's fantastic. And I love her Instagram. All right. Karen says, win of the week, a dear friend out of the blue sent me $200 and I had to pay $400 for 2 slash tires. So the Lord did provide. I know, Karen, when you emailed me about your slash tires, I literally was so sad by that. Crime is so terrible. I know we did a live about crime, and it just seems to be getting worse and worse and worse. We did a live on crime, I think like 2 months ago. Let's see. Homestead Canner teaches us to use mineral oil for fresh eggs to last a year out of the refrigerator. I've seen that too. I've seen it with coconut oil as well. I haven't actually done that, but I have seen it. Who can? Melody Odell canned 3 pints of onion relish and 5 pints of green tomato relish today. Well done. All right. Every time I think I'm catching up, you guys just are awesome. Duck eggs are great for baking and protein, different than chicken eggs. People who are allergic to chicken eggs can eat duck eggs. That's a really great tip. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Mr. B is a romantic man. He gets me all the time. Okay. Andrea says, win of the week, 1 week into meal planning, and it's going really well. Yay, Andrea. Good job. And again, if you want meal planning, go over to my other channel, the Biggs Homestead Kitchen, because I have tons of meal plans over there. And I have tons of meals that I make out of my food storage over there too. Yeah, he got me. He got me. Okay. Sassy Gal Prepping. Win of the week is 99 cents a pound for chicken thighs. Oh my goodness, did they have a limit on that? Holy smoke. That's a really good deal. And we've got a couple other wins of the week to share. Okay. Rebecca Bullock Jarrett, who was in the chat a little bit earlier, says, last week, one of my sons works part-time at a local horse farm, experienced car trouble. I sent him to a large mechanic, and the mechanic, the big one, wanted to charge $4,400 to fix all of the issues, but they took it to a small independent mechanic, and $297 later, the car is up and running well. So they saved a huge amount of money, $4,000. That's crazy. Amanda says, got a whole winter's worth of split wood this past weekend, and it's already seasoned, almost 2 years worth. And bravo, Amanda, because next week we're going to talk about how to get ready for a long, cold winter. And while I do live in Florida, it does kind of get cold in here. But I used to live in Maine, and it gets very cold there. We used to live right up by the Canadian border, and it is super freezing. Vancouver Vixen, who I adore, says, win of the week, food can 12 pints of chili, garden, turned all 4 compost bins and sifted 3 wheelbarrows, then put them in all of the beds, and finally got her sister to start prepping. And that's one of the best feelings in the world, when you get somebody that you love and care about to actually get on board with prepping and so it takes a big relief off of me when somebody I love learns how to prep for themselves and I don't have to do it anymore. A Quiet and Orderly Life. If you've never checked out her channel, awesome channel. My son-in-law brought the rest of my mason jars over. She got those all cleaned up. She got everything out of her shed so she could put her mower in there, and got a freeze dryer load of black beans done. Sarah Connor made ribs for the first time in 40 years in the oven, and they came out so good. And Lori actually was in the chat talking about her ribs, and ribs must be on sale right now. Carol, everyone, she's excited because she used her new Presto canner for the first time. I'm seeing some super chats, y'all. Y'all are too generous. That'll be a box for the boys for sure. Madeline Hall, thank you so much for the super chat. I love you, girl. You know I love you. And I saw another one. Where did I see you? Okay. We've got a lot of win of the weeks. Madeline, thank you so much. I'm going to try to go back and make sure I didn't miss any win of the weeks. Oh, I didn't know that, Prepping by Faith. I've lived all over Maine. I've lived in southern Maine, western Maine, eastern Maine. The only place I didn't live was on the coast because it's too expensive. When I walked a mile or more 6 days in a row, doesn't sound like a lot, but it's hard for me with fibromyalgia. Listen, if you're walking a mile a day, you're doing better than most people. Really, that is a win. That is a win. Oh my gosh, no limits on that chicken. Holy smoke. Sassy, that's awesome. Win of the week, bought a bushel of apples for canning slices, applesauce, and pie filling. Y'all are stacking up the apples. We don't have any apples here in Florida right now. That's sad. Okay. Oh, Madeline finished her apple butter. Oh, that's awesome. One of my favorite memories, my landlord in West Virginia, I'll do it really quick. She used to make apple butter every year in a huge 100-gallon copper pot. It was an enormous pot, and she had a big wooden paddle, and she would put 100 copper pennies in the bottom of the apple butter to keep it from burning. And it was literally on a fire, and it was a big event. Everybody came and brought food, and we would eat apple butter out of the pot, and then she would can it for days. And she was quite a woman. I just loved her. Somewhere I have a picture of me helping her make that, and what a beautiful memory. All right, Heather's got a win of the week. Could definitely have. Okay, wait a second. I got to get the bifocals out for this one. Would definitely have been to my regressive nonverbal son. Oh, he said, Mom, oh, I want to cry. Oh, Heather. Oh, that's so touching. Thank you so much for sharing that. What a beautiful moment that I'm getting all red. What a beautiful moment that must have been for you and your son. Oh, my goodness. That's wonderful. Heather. Oh. Okay, Ashley says, win of the month would be getting 5 dozen canning jars from my mom's neighbor for free. Oh, Ashley, that is awesome. Okay. Yeah, apples in Florida are not great right now. Oh, super chats are never necessary, never expected. And I never want you to feel bad if you never do it. Because listen, I understand about money. And if people want to give money to send stuff to the troops, that's totally fine. And it's not a requirement on my channel at all. And I will never have a membership. I will never have a paid Patreon. I will never have anything, and I will never ask anybody to give me their money ever. If you want to give money to the troops, that's fine. And that's different than a YouTuber hustling on the side. I don't do that. I don't want to ever do that to my subscribers. I want you to use your money to prep, and I want you to use your money for you. Okay. So I'm going to write down Heather so that I can shout you out tomorrow. Oh my goodness. You made me cry, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yep. Pinball is up in 4 minutes. Oh, sorry, Carrie. I meant the money sign is gone from YouTube for me. I'm sorry. Anyway, I just went off on a huge rant, but I will never ask you for money for my own personal use. I will never have a paid membership on my channel with exclusive content for members only, and I will never have a paid Patreon channel. That's just not how I operate. I just don't. I'm here to help people, and I'm here to hang out with some really cool people and, make friends and just keep it light. I'm not into all that. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate the fact that you hung out with me and that you are amazing and that my mods don't have to kick anybody off and no one's cursing and no one's being, uppity or nasty in the chat. Y'all are so supportive, and thank you so much for y'all. I see y'all in the chat saying congratulations to Heather, and you deserve it, girl, because having a child with special needs takes a very special person. And I know that you are that person. And I appreciate you taking such good care of your son. And obviously he appreciates you too. And I'm going to cry again. Obviously he appreciates you too, because he told you so. And I miss my boys. I miss my son tonight. He's in Europe. Okay. I love y'all. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, everybody, I'd rather be a year early than a day late. And you know it. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.